Okay, so here is homework 5.2, multiplying rational expressions, and this is number 11. So if I look at number 11, I have two fractions. They are being multiplied. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn it into one large fraction. I'm going to put the tops in parentheses, and I'm going to put the bottom in parentheses. And even though I'm supposed to multiply, I'm not really going to actually multiply because in the end I have to factor everything so I can cancel those common terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this as I factor it. So the top here, let's start with this 6x squared plus 54x. And it looks like they have a 6x in common, so I'm going to pull a 6x out. And that's going to leave me with x plus 9. Okay? Both of those are linear factors. I don't have to do anything else there. Okay? If I look at the other top, let's look at this x squared plus 9x plus 18. Well, that's a quadratic, and I'm going to need to factor that into two binomials. Let me slide the screen over here. So I'm just going to go through this real quick. It looks like my AC is an 18, and it has to add up to be a positive 9. So I'm going to go with 6 and 3. So I'm going to get x squared plus 6x plus 3x plus 18. And I'm going to do factor by grouping. Okay, so that has an x, and that leaves me with an x plus 6. And it has a 3 in common, which leaves me with x plus 6. So the two factors that go over here in the top are going to be an x plus 6 and an x plus 3. Okay, now let me come back over here. That's the top completely factored out. Again, I don't want to multiply together everything because I'm going to have to just go ahead and factor it all back out anyway. Now let's go ahead and look at the bottom. Okay, this guy right here, this x squared minus x minus 42, he's going to need to be factored. So let's go ahead and factor him. Let me come over here. My AC is a negative 42. And I need factors that add up to be a negative 1. So that is going to be a negative 7 and a positive 6. So I'll get x squared minus 7x plus 6x minus 42. Let's go ahead and do factor by grouping again. So I get x times x minus 7. And then the second set of parentheses has a 6 in common. So I get x minus 7. So it looks like this x squared minus x minus 42 up here is going to end up being an x minus 7 and an x plus 6. Okay. The only guy left to deal with is this x plus 9. Well, he's already linear, nothing in common. I can just rewrite him. Okay, so literally what I've done is I have taken my original fraction, I have multiplied it together, I have factored it, and now I'm at this guy. They're the exact same thing, they just look different. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start canceling out my like terms. So let's see here. I have an x plus 9 in the top and bottom. That's a fancy one, it can go away. I have an x plus 6 in the top and bottom. So that's a fancy one. That can go away. And it looks like the couple of things that I have left here are going to be the 6x in the top and an x plus 3 and an x minus 7 in the denominator. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this and say, okay, this guy is the same as 6x times x plus 3 all divided by x minus 7. And that right there is going to be my final answer. No need to put it back together. That will be fine just as is.